AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well balanced. Head to factormeals.com/ABTV50 and use code ABTV50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code ABTV50 at factormeals.com/ABTV50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Get your factor on, dog.
Get your factors on, y'all.
Smoke that, Ray. Smoke that. You smoke that weed.
Flee to respond.
Hold on. But I don't wait a minute, because I think that's what exactly came up in this conversation. The big basketball non-savant himself, Gilbert Arenas, has thrown himself in the Knicks threshold. Is Knicks for clicks over there all over again? He doesn't understand who our lineup is, apparently. And of course, we might make a grand welcoming to the new Knicks fan onto the bandwagon.
It can lead to winning games here and there. It's not gonna be championship basketball. If they're planning on playing the 3 small guards, they might play 4 small guards, right? Because you got to play, because Bridge is not small. Who? Bridge is not small. He's your 4. Playing the 3. Oh, no, OG is the 4. Who? OG. No, I'm talking about when their best lineup is Brunson, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. That is, you got to remember, that is their 3. That is their 3. That was their 3 when they had nothing else. But so that was the only thing they had. So when you're talking about
talk to him, Shotty.
Down. Now you got no offense.
Wait, what was that?
Hold on, real quick. I love what Rashad McCants is doing, because what he's trying to basically tell Gilbert, get out of here, bro. I was the only one up here talking about how good these guys will be. Y'all see your man sitting next to him, super uncomfortable, Brandon Jennings, because he's a Knicks, Nova Knicks hater. And then now you got Gilbert Arenas trying to steal Rashad McCants' shine, because when the Knicks is popping, Gilbert Arenas is going to try to act like he was on the bandwagon. No. Get out of here. So big shout out Rashad McCants for about to put Gilbert Arenas in his place. Get out of here, Gilbert.
You say something, Flea? If I keep playing it?
No, I was just big shout out to Rashad McCants, but go ahead.
You got Mikal Bridges and OG. OG is the offensive rebounder. That's what he lives on.
Josh Hart makes up for a lot of.
Yeah, for the second team. He makes up a lot of.
Josh Hart
for the second team.
Josh Hart makes
for
up
the
a lot
second
of shit,
team.
bro.
But how good is that for the Knicks to be able to have guys like DiVincenzo, Josh Hart now shifting the roles and them embracing those roles?
So what Gil's saying is, if we play 3 small guards, we still got one of those guards that's an offensive rebounding guard who plays like he's 6'8". Now, if we sub him and bring the 6'8" nigga in, he don't rebound like that, but he now scores better than Josh does. We have options that other teams don't have.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about a guy 13, 15, 17, 14, 13, 15, 18, 13, 11, 8, 8. You're talking about rebounders now. You put him on the bench. Now he has bench time. Right? This is starters time. So him coming in.
Why was it starters time?
Because your team was hurt.
So he's not going to.
What you say, Paul?
No. I'm just saying thank you, because Gilbert Arenas is once again, Flea. He puts his own foot in his mouth. Pause. It's like, yo, bro, you don't even watch the Knicks. Let's be for real. Rashad McCants, you could tell, watch the Knicks. Gilbert, you don't watch the Knicks, bro. You are one of them guys that you're only watching the names on the back of the jersey. That's all you're doing. And right now, you're showing your true self. Just because you played doesn't mean you know the game. Doesn't mean you should be able to be the only one to talk about the game. And right now, you're looking very stupid up there because you don't watch the Knicks. So you can't comment on what lineup is better, what's this, what's that. Bro, you see he had to go to his phone to try to prove his point.
To try to say something.
Everybody knows last season we was injured. So we had no choice but to play the guys how we played them. And they got the minutes that they have. Everybody know they're going to, Gilbert, stop trying to, prove your point. You don't know what you're talking about.
Keep going, Flea.
Nah, man. I just feel like, he's drinking the Kool-Aid, right? Because he doesn't watch, like AllBall said. He doesn't watch. So he's just going to drink the Kool-Aid that's served to the people. And the people now think that our best lineup is a lineup of Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Hart. Although we had a lot of success with that lineup last season, that was due to the fact that we did not have all our heavy hitters ready to rock and roll. So Josh Hart was amazing, and that doesn't diminish Josh Hart. DiVincenzo had a career year last season. That does not diminish who they are as basketball players. My only point with that is that now we do not have to rely on them as much as we did last season. We do have slightly better players. If I'm gonna go down the stretch and look, and OG is playing at a high level, I think OG's highest level is a little higher than Josh Hart's. Just in my opinion, I think it is what it is. Josh Hart's a great player, but I think OG's highest level is slightly higher than Josh Hart. We getting a guy like Mikal Bridges, who is already 6'8", 6'9", right? Already a high 40% three-point shooter, right? He's shooting over 40% from three. So we getting a guy that's going to knock down shots. Well, we got to replace DiVincenzo because he hit a lot of shots. Yeah, we're going to have guys that's going to hit shots. Like, I think we have a lot of good problems. And for him to, minimize it just to those are the three guys that we're going to have to attach our horse to this coming season, that's not true. We're getting a guy that can coming back. I said it the other day in terms of how he gets it, but 25 and 10 is fucking 25 and 10. However you slice it. And that's coming back. That's coming back. And I think he's coming back with an attitude. I think he's coming back with something to prove. I think he's coming back ready to rock and roll. So Gil don't know what he's talking about. Again, the people that are invested in the Knicks, aside from everybody else in the NBA, you can 5 to 10 seconds after they speak, okay, you watch us. Okay, you watch us. And 5 to 10 seconds will let me know, okay, you don't watch. You don't watch us.
So I want to get back to the topic you guys touched on. And I wanted to pause and get.
Well, real quick, can you finish just a little bit?
Right.
I want to.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to touch on the chemistry part that Flea brought up, and I was like, hold on, because this is the perfect guy to bounce a damn brick off of.
He took advantage of the minute.
But what I'm saying is your best lineup is the three guards because how they play with each other. So now you're going to sacrifice your real chemistry.
Yeah, it wasn't real chemistry if everybody was hurt.
Yeah, they created chemistry.
Yeah, but it wasn't the real chemistry.
But they still rallied. But
they had to.
But now here becomes the problem this year. Now let's say they're not winning or they're struggling.
We don't go back to
some of those guys.
What are we going to do? Say everybody that was hurt go back to being hurt?
No.
So we can what? We can win? No.
But now you got everybody healthy. I'm just saying everything sounds great before the season. Oh, rah, I'm down to do whatever role, and I'm gonna play my part or whatever. So that ball come up and it's like, hold up, man,
it's an adjustment.
Where my minutes?
But it's an adjustment.
No, it's not an adjustment.
It is because we haven't played together yet.
So
now that we're finally playing together,
so this year
we get to figure out where the minutes go between everybody that's here now.
So this year's an adjustment year?
Hell yeah, it's an adjustment.
And that's the bad part.
That's a
because now
it is a bad part, but it's still a bright spot because we got so much talent and everyone's healthy.
But the coaching, think about it. Some coaching, it's easier for Tibbs to coach when he don't have to sub. See, I get to play Josh Hart 41 minutes, 48 minutes, 43 minutes, 45, 53, 46, 48, 48, 43.
But maybe that's why Tibbs never won.
39.
He's comfortable doing it that way.
Now, what happens is
maybe that's why.
Now he has to come up with an actual game plan. Now he has to sit there and say, all right, sub Josh Hart. Josh Hart, come sit down. All right, Josh, go get DiVincenzo. Like, he has to now coach because you have a team now. Now we're about to see what Tibbs is about.
So he's not capable. Hold on, pause that. So that just insinuates that he's not capable of doing that? Like, I've watched Tibbs many years have deep benches. This is not going to be the first time that he's had a deep bench, a deep team on his hands that he's not going to be able to do that. Like, now you're minimizing him to being not a good coach. And I don't think that's the case.
So I'm just trying to figure out, for one, that whole panel need to understand Rashad McCants was in the league and played in the league. However, they want to try to minimize it or think, because it comes off like Gilbert and Brandon Jennings, maybe because I had a better NBA career. Like, he played in the NBA. So let me get that straight. 1, 2. I'm tired of people saying Tom Thibodeau can't coach, because I remember him in Chicago. if Derrick Rose doesn't get hurt, those guys may win a championship. If I'm not mistaken, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals before. We seen what Tibbs did in Boston. He was a big part of that. We now know Doc Rivers can't coach nothing. So we understand that defense was ran by Tibbs. He got that Minnesota thing was terrible. We now know about Cat kind of being soft.
They were a playoff team.
Right. But I'm just saying, I'm just going off of, Minnesota. People make it seem like that was a bad stain, but they made the playoffs. So I'm trying to figure out, Josh Hart played those minutes. For one, he had no problem playing those minutes, and two, he had no choice. My thing is, he's still going to get 30-something minutes because he's a pivotal part to this team. My whole thing is stop, because any other team that has these good problems, they don't get scrutinized like this. Mm-hmm. How many other teams we've seen that can go 10, 11 deep and we praise them? OKC gets Hartenstein and what's my guy?
Caruso.
And Caruso, and now we put them in championship contention. Nobody is saying to them, what about, the chemistry? Oh, they have enough or they have too much. It's the Knicks hate. It's the Knicks clickbait thing. I'm going to just say this and I'll pass it off to y'all. The only person that may get some minutes is what's the lefty that we picked up? The point guard. Not Colin. Campaign may be the only one that may get some time. Chambert and Morris, they're not getting on the court. There's no need for them to get on the court. To me, those guys we picked up because I think we have something up our sleeve. So I'm not worrying about chemistry with certain guys because certain guys are not getting on the court. I'm sorry. Shamit. God, Shamit. Campaign may only because we want to see how fast Kolek is going to translate to the professional level and really step up big. But why would Shamit get burned when we got Deuce? I don't see the Morris twin getting no burn over Precious. Nah, listen, we got them guys, cheap, 1-year deals, those expiring contracts. Like I said, you package those up with draft picks, and maybe that's how we get our legit backup center. But I'm not worrying about chemistry because we've seen everybody together already.
Yo,
what are they talking about?
And then all you've been talking about is Nova Knicks. They just added another member to Nova Knicks from Nova. And then you just how did you leave him out of the equation? Just because you saw DiVincenzo, and if this, like you said, if this was any other team, they wouldn't bring up Dante DiVincenzo to start. There's no way he's a starter over Bridges. How do you not know that? That's crazy. He's better than DiVincenzo
at this stage of the game. Like I think that's a no-brainer, especially on what we're trying to do. I don't think that makes any sense for us to try to force putting those guys back into starting roles. I just don't think that makes sense. You paid OG Anunoby over $100 million.
We traded 4 first-round draft picks for Bridges. We didn't trade 4 first-round draft picks for DiVincenzo. No matter how great his year was last year, we love him defensively. He broke the record for 3-pointers for the Knicks last season.
Great. He was great for us.
And everything you guys saying, I got to double down on it because that's why I'm saying we can easily we're in for the running for the best record in the regular season, especially if we don't go after the in-season tournament. I don't want to go after that whatsoever. Because that, going back to your point, AllBall, is don't chase the record and don't chase that stupid tournament because Indiana and the Lakers got burnt out. I don't want nothing to do with that. Indiana's young, the Lakers are old, so I've seen enough of an experiment with that. But I digress. To have Tyler Kolek, normally in our Knicks history, we would be hoping that he's going to turn out to be this great thing. Now, our hope and our wishes and our whatever we can try to project about him is cool to get your 12 minutes off the bench, 13 minutes off the bench, no time off the bench, and you learn your role because you look like a stud, but we don't have to rely on you. These are guys we don't even have to rely on. None of these guys. The guys we have to rely on is a 7-8 man rotation. That's incredible. And for a fact, I'm the biggest Tibbs critic. Yes, I'm worried about the way he divvies up the minutes and everything, but He's the one who sat in the press conference and said, look at the minutes played for the season, bro. It was 33 minutes for this guy, 33 minutes for this guy. Josh Hart played 32 minutes during the season. I know what I'm doing. It's just that it's 32 minutes with Josh Hart. And you had Cam Reddish for the first quarter of the year, whatever it was. Got rid of him real quick. Tom Thibodeau does not play when it comes to you guys that don't want to play. Period. They just hang on to things for the views and the clicks, like you said, and it's cool because we're going to utilize it. And again, once again, welcome aboard, Rashad McCants. I can't believe he's had the biggest turnaround of any basketball analyst on YouTube and the TV.
See, what I don't like is, let's talk about the positive with what Tibbs did. If Josh Hart don't play those minutes and play bigger than what he is, pause, we don't win 50 games. We don't be successful. We don't get to the second round. So, I understand people being nervous and scared about how Tom Thibodeau coaches and about the minutes. But let's talk about how his coaching and playing those guys those minutes got us to be the most exciting team in the NBA, the most important team in the NBA, and we got to the second round to a Game 7. We was a game away from being in the Eastern Conference Finals. And we can all agree, if OG or Randall was there, we are in the Eastern Conference Finals playing Boston and no telling what happens. So for me, I get where everybody is going, but let's not forget, Tibbs won 50 games under his watch that season. Josh Hart and DiVincenzo became household names. Brunson became an MVP candidate, 6th place. And OG has become the hottest commodity in the NBA. This is all under Tom Thibodeau. So let's not forget that. Let's please not forget, under Tom Thibodeau, he has the youngest MVP, turned Joakim Noah into an all-star. Jimmy Butler, where y'all think he got his toughness from? These are things they don't talk about. So I'm going to just leave it at that. We talk about the negative with Tom Thibodeau. Let's also talk about the positive. And I think the positive outweighs the negative because he had to play those guys how he played them last season. Or we wouldn't have even had a chance to beat in the playoffs, let alone win a first-round series against the Philadelphia 76ers. Guys came back and played hurt for Tom Thibodeau. That goes to show you how much they like him as a coach. Because I don't know what player is hurt and they flee. The perfect excuse to not play. Mitch Robinson came back hobbled. Jalen Brunson been hobbled all season. Josh Hart damn near lost his whole stomach. Pause. Still wanted to play. They want to fight for their coach. They want to play for their coach. So don't put this all on Tom Thibodeau, man. Like I said, the negatives, then you have the positives. Let's talk more about the positives when it comes to Tom Thibodeau.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.